So the collective I'm speaking to, I think you are definitely seeing what's going on in the world, but I think that you're someone who's kind of had like, I'm gonna say theories about things. Like you intuitively knew a lot of the evil that was hiding in the world is now coming to, being exposed. We have radiance in reverse, literally darkness. That's really interesting that it came out like that. You're someone that's had a feeling about a lot of things. And you've been correct about a lot of them, and that might be a little shocking to you, and you're watching a lot of other people freak out right now. We have movement in reverse, so it feels like and looks like a lot of things are really bad. It's not as bad as we think, because in order for this stuff to be able to be absolved and for justice to be served and for things to move and progress in a positive way, we have to get out all the infection, right? So that's what's happening collectively, right? We're squeezing out the pus and the infection, and we're getting, to the root of the problem, and we're getting it out so then the healing process can actually take place, rather than just scar tissue and pus and things building up around this foreign object that's inside of us, which is the corruption metaphors. You're definitely a passionate person and you feel very deeply for others, but there's no reason for you to feel guilty about not being completely destroyed about what's going on, because you already had a feeling it was happening and you have already begun to process this. You have had a couple of different awakenings already. Like you're already spiritually advanced, you're already tapped in to your intuition and to just the cosmic web of knowledge that is available to all of us, by the way. You don't have to be a tarot reader or spiritual at all to access your intuition. Like it's literally just biologically built and encoded into you, which is amazing. And it's kept you safe for millennia. Your ancestors used intuition to predict when danger would come so they could avoid it, so they could be alive to make you alive. Don't feel bad that you are not crashing out, because you've had to do all the crashing out privately, because you knew all this stuff years ago and no one else was ready to hear it yet, because that's their journey. But you are here now and you can help process and break up that really dense, heavy, awful, scary, like energy that we're being faced with, right? Really chaotic, really dark, really heavy, really sobering. Like it's really hard. A lot of these people genuinely are just now waking up to all this corruption in the world, whereas you and I have known about it for a long time. So we've been able to process a little bit, and we've been able to process, we've been able to compartmentalize, we've been able to emotionally regulate ourselves so that we can be a better version of ourselves, to be a helper and a healer. But so many other people have not. This is their first time and they're having a really hard time with it. Just know that this is literally like what you've been training for. Like if you have been someone that grew up in really tragic circumstances and had a really hard life, like this is what you've been training for. Everything else that comes after this to you is child's play. Like you're breaking through the surface. You're literally breaking through the surface. You're breaching out of what you thought that you could even do to begin with, and you are helping to usher in a new, see, look, breaking generational curses. The ancestor card came up in reverse. No matter what kind of family you were born into, no matter what kind of system that we were all born into, we might think that this is in our blood, that it's too late, that it's all just evil and rot, and then there's no reforming to be done. And I'm here to tell you that that's not true at all. That's not true at all, especially when we have people like you out there that are here to literally mobilize and help. Okay, you've processed this, you've healed some things, and you are ready for the next step. What is the next step is what you're asking. The next step is not to get caught up in all this again. That's for other people to process. You are the next wave, okay? You already bore witness to what is happening, and you have felt the pain, and you have had to alchemize that and to learn how to regulate yourself. Congratulations, you've done the first step. Now it's time for you to step back and let other people see and process that for the first time, and be here to hold the line, keep things regulated, keep things stable as possible, while a new, very large wave of people encounters something extremely traumatizing, and it's going to completely shake up their worldview. So they're going to need some time to process, and until that happens, things are going to be really shaky and unstable. It's going to be similar energy to 2020, okay? That's what's going to happen, but it's going to take time. So we're going to have to slow down. We're going to have to process. We're going to have to do some energy work, some grid work if you're into that. That is literally just visualizing and amplifying the positive, healing, stabilizing energy in yourself, in your environment, locally, and If you feel comfortable enough, you can do a visualization technique where you send that energy out into the wider world. If you believe that it will help, it will help. If you feel able to, if you have the extra money and the extra spoons and the extra brain power and time to volunteer, to help people locally, even help a neighbor, help a family member, help a friend. You don't have to even go do this grand gesture and spend all this money to help. It truly is so important for every single person, especially if you're in this collective, to understand that you are here to make a difference in your life. You are here to touch people in your direct circle, to help them, to extend a helping hand to them, to let them know that there is kindness out there, to let them know that a better future is possible because of people like you. Wow. We have the Solitude card in reverse too. So this literally is like the Hermit in reverse for this deck. It's coming out of a period of isolation, and I think that this period of isolation was necessary for you. I think that you needed time to kind of cocoon in on yourself and to process all of these really hard emotions that you've been processing for at least 5 years or so. I think this has been going on for you, for this collective that I'm speaking to, since about 2020, and probably before you were shifting already. So you're kind of like one of the first waves of people to, to see certain things and to help advance our species in real time, to have more kindness, more empathy, hope for a better future, that we can work together and create something worthwhile that does not directly profit off of the death and exploitation of other people. Like literally there's so much to be had and to be shared, and you are someone that is going to inspire the new generation of people to move forward in a way that is going to help all of us. And I think that is so amazing, and I'm getting emotional just reading these cards. I love my collective so much. If you need a little bit more insight, please book a private reading with me. I offer them on my Etsy. They're really cheap and they're really good quality. I love you so much. Take care and have a good day. Bye.